for 24 years. It's like, yay for old people. I know you're thinking that's impossible. They look so incredibly young. We started when we were like 9. We're like Hanson. You see, kids, Hanson was a band that was, you know what? Just ask your parents. The hardest part about being a band that long is that there's never enough time to sing all the songs that people are hoping to hear. And so we get stressed out about our set list trying to get it just right. As soon as we think we have the perfect set list, we do our show. Someone comes up afterwards, they're like, you didn't play my song. And you people are mean about it, by the way.
Just play Dear Young to Me and we'll be happy.
It's like, oh, sorry, we'll change it up. So the next night we move things around and like 10 people come up. You didn't play our song. This has gone on night after night for years. And so somewhere along the way, we just stopped caring. I mean, you can't please them all, so we're just going to play the songs we want to play.
That's right.
No, that's not very Christian-like. We care a little bit. We're still going to play the songs we want to play, though. So we kind of, this part of the show, we really gave it a lot of thought, and we said, man, we should bring up some songs that we haven't played in years that we used to play, and just to,
yes.
you know, and so some of these you might know, some you may not. It's just stuff that we've always enjoyed playing, and for whatever reason just got kind of pushed to the side. And looking hindsight, I would say that we should have rehearsed them, would have been nice, but that's okay. It'll be a fun little journey, and maybe the last time anybody hears it. But anyway, so this next song is I love this song, and it never went to radio or anything. It was off an album, Welcome to the New, and I grew up listening to I love Motown and anything with an old soul, and so I always wanted to write a song that was kind of like that. And so that's kind of where the vibe came from. Basically what I'm trying to say is this is the coolest song we can possibly play. And the message of the song was, it came out of probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. I was going through this kind of spiritual kind of shift to where I started realizing and understanding who I actually am in Christ. And what I mean by that is, and I grew up in a little bitty Baptist church outside of Dallas, Texas, and I taught me a lot of amazing things, but I think it's safe to say with a lot of churches back then that legalism was alive and well, to say the least. And so I was taught that the cross is enough, but maybe here's 10 things you can do just to make sure. And so, man, I was the overachiever. If they told me to do something twice, I would do it at least 10 times because I wanted the God of everything to not only notice me, but to like me more than you people. No, seriously. And so, yeah, man, I got in a weird place where I really believed that if I could spin enough plates and jump through enough hoops, that God would see the good more than the bad. And so I got really good at being religious, I think it's safe to say. And I just say, thank God for grace. Because for me, I would say that when religion tells you to get it right, grace tells you I'll be there when you cannot. And that feels like that was where I kind of camped out for a long time, and I still am. And I grew up believing that I was a bad person trying to be good. Man, I'm Southern Baptist. I can make you feel really bad about yourselves. So for years, I would stand on stages just like this, and I would pray the same prayer. God, we stink, God. Our hearts are wretched, they are vile. If we choose, we will choose wrong every time. We are nothing without you. Now, that last part's true. But is it possible that the God of everything standing there saying, you know what? You used to be unworthy. You used to be unrighteous. You used to stink pretty good. But because that whole big deal I made on the cross, you are now a brand new creation. So I started realizing that I'm not actually a bad person trying to be good, but what I actually am, not because of anything that I have done, but because the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead now dwells inside of me 24 hours a day. What I actually am is I'm holy, I'm righteous, and I'm redeemed. Just let that sink in just for a little bit. If you know Christ, if Christ is in you, on your worst possible day, you remain holy. That should blow your stinking mind. And so this song was written at a time when I had a dear friend that kind of started kind of unpacking this truth with me and reminded me, hey, I know you worked really hard at this, but just in case you've forgotten, there's nothing you can do to make Christ love you any more than he already does right now. So maybe you should stop what you're doing and actually rest in the finished work of the cross. And man, I was kind of offended. I've never been told to stop. There's always more work to be done. And so this song came about because it's just me trying to process, man, if this is really true, then the gospel truly is the good news. So anyway, I hope you like it. This song is called Wishful Thinking.